Garden of Rot contains profanity, violence, and occasional adult situations and is not meant for people under the age of 18. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Great job, Slim. You've really outdone yourself. This feels awful. It's not like I was trying to upset her, but I still feel... No, I can't be doing that. It's not even been a week away from home. There's no room for doubt. We came, we saw what we saw, that's it. It's not like we could bring them all back from the dead. It just doesn't seem fair. They were trying to fix this mess too, with Winifred's grace. I'm talking to myself again. Been a long time since I was down in that holler. Maybe I'll stop by if we get out of here.
When, young Jeriko? When?
When we fix this rotten mess.
But welcome everyone back to Garden of Rot. Are we excited?
Hi. Ask me later.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh boy, yep.
But as we
Hot
get
start.
into this, right below me, I see a lovely, lovely tea. Lovely tea
Teacup.
flower.
I'm T, and I play Anjeli, the half-elf, Oath of Vengeance paladin.
The loveliest.
Thank you.
Lovely, lovely.
And right next to Anjeli, I see a strong warrior by the name of Cassandra.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I play Cassandra, our other paladin fighter, She-Hulk. Sorry.
A lawyer.
She may not
Real?
be a lawyer. She is hitting the bar.
Hey.
Hey.
And we see in their lovely regalia a Webby.
Technical difficulties? Hold on.
Oh,
One moment.
no.
A Webby who's gone deaf for a moment.
And we're back.
Hey.
A Webby.
Hi. Hi, I'm Webby. I play Stiff Jeriko, the Tiefling Grave Cleric.
The goodest of thems.
The goodest of them, yes.
The goodest of thems, who goes by many names by me because I keep forgetting their name.
Slim Jim.
Slim
We love it
Jim.
all.
In my defense, Slim comes from the accent combining in my brain to remind me of the character from Of Mice and Men.
Sorry.
So
Slim Jim. Sorry.
Slim Jim, Slim Jim Jeriko,
Slim Shady, everybody. Slim Shady.
Real Slim Slade, please stand up. And right beside me, I see a lovely fairy who's maybe going through some stuff.
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Chelsea, and I am playing Thorn, the fairy bard druid that was not their cheerful self when we last left off. Is very much I don't want to say
emotional damage.
Yes, I don't want to say catatonic, but is very much non-responsive at this point. As you see,
She's
everyone
in her
marched.
feels.
I'm wearing a black dress as well as darker clothing, so very much in my feels right now. If their outfit could change, they would be a black and gray right now.
Yes, and I am your DM, Ota. And last session, a couple of things happened. The party set off properly into the forest, eventually losing track of the river, but heading in this general direction they needed to, as they began their progress through this mysterious forest they had found themselves in. Pretty early in the morning, they stumbled across a large clearing in which they found a pair of giants playing chess at a massive chessboard. They observed them for a few minutes before Thorn approached to question them on what they were up to, since neither of them had moved in a while, seemingly deep in thought, only to discover they weren't so deep in thought. In fact, there was no thoughts happening anymore, because they were dead. At which point, the fungi-riddled bodies proceeded to reanimate and attack the party. And beat the stuffing out of a few of them. Though everyone ended up okay in the end. You managed to put the giants down and did a bit of investigation on them in the case of Stiff, discovering seemingly that they had been long since dead, but their bodies had now been infected with some sort of fungus that had potentially done something or other to them. Continuing on your way further into the woods, once you had recovered from that encounter, you eventually, as afternoon approached, stumbled across a noise in the distance, which you initially hid from, only to discover it seemed to be a number of royal guards back from Viol's garden, likely the same group that you'd heard had gone into the forest sometime before yourselves, several days to a few weeks ago, and had yet to return. They seemed a little worse for wear and a bit jumpy once you kind of jumped out of the bushes at them. But eventually quickly calmed down once they realized you were friend, not foe. You guys offered a bit of support, both magically and emotionally, to several of these battered men and women's and thems. And especially one who, seemingly having been the scout, was initially in sort of the worst of the shape, although you fixed them up somewhat, who told you they had stumbled across some sort of weird fog at one point during the trip, which is about the time shit started going bad. Just as you were in the process of bidding them farewell, Stiff noticed a couple of things about them that put them a bit on edge, which eventually escalated into some clericery and a turn undead, which dispelled, for the time being, what turned out to be a number of undead, actually, back into the forest, sort of sweeping them away on a divine wind to get the hell out of there. You were all a bit startled by this, but Thorn more than anyone else, who took it especially hard, having just sort of made friends with them and not understanding what the hell just happened. And it is there that we pick back up with a crying fairy. And everyone else in a bit of a somber mood with the realization about your forest companions.
Yeah.
It is now approaching sort of mid-afternoon-ish, sort of draping closer to later afternoon. So, do what you will.
Well, Thorn has been very much, she's become very, like I said, in a way, catatonic. She's not really saying a whole lot. She's just kind of keeping her eyes on the ground as she walks forward in front of the party, occasionally looking up and then, looking down, still in this mood. Is there a specific marching order regarding the party at all?
That's up to you guys. I presume you're proceeding further into the forest, but while this is going on.
Yeah, I just wanted to know like if like who would be like the most behind me, who would.
Yeah, what would you guys say the marching order is? What order do you guys want to be in?
Stiff is going to kind of fall back into the shadows a little bit, take his hat off, and just trail behind the three ladies in front of him. Just gestures out. Ladies first.
Cassandra will take the lead, keeping an eye out in front of her.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably gonna be in the middle.
All right. Yeah. I think you're all doing that, and she's not even like noticing. She's just walking, and then Thorn's just keeping her head down and muttering to herself. And it gets louder as she starts saying things like, "Is that why? Is that why I did it? Because I didn't want to see it? But if I didn't want to see it, then I would have done it a lot of times. Like, if this is something that happens often, it wouldn't make sense for me to forget like that. Maybe you would get used to that kind of thing, yeah? But was it because of how I reacted, or how I responded? Maybe that's why they said strange and unnatural. And they looked so uncomfortable. Is that why I forgot? Is that why? And she's just muttering this all to herself, loud enough for others to hear, because she's on a different mind space right now.
Anjeli is hearing all this, and she turns her head to look towards Stiff.
Stiff, who's like kind of dragging back, is like collecting all his things. And it's like kicking a rock on the ground, not really looking up, but if you stop to turn and look at him, he catches you. Yeah.
Do you hear all this?
Yeah, I do.
We say.
Sorry, you cut off at the beginning.
Oh, what do we say?
In this moment, can I determine whether Thorn... I know she's muttering and talking to herself, but does it seem like she's like carrying a conversation with someone, or is she just musing about her own, or what happened?
I mean, I leave that up to the DM of whether you want them to roll or I just say it.
If
I would say, roll me an insight.
Dice. First roll of the night.
Anybody who wants to.
Okay.
I'll go ahead. Nope, that makes
no.
sense because she's up ahead
It's
and
bad.
laughing.
That is, with my +6, that's an 8.
I got a 5.
Natural 1. Which makes sense because Cassandra is up front watching very carefully around her. So yeah, she's not like she's listening but not focusing too hard on
Okay.
that.
Cassandra, you start getting the sneaking suspicion. It's like, is Thorn talking to somebody who's invisible? What magics are these?
I
Does
was
she
What
have-
sorcery is this?
Does she have her
Walking.
earbud and Bluetooth on and we just don't know it? Am I saying hi to
Is
a
she on a
person in the
conference call?
bathroom who's on a conference call?
that could make sense with a nat 1.
Did she convince somebody that she's working from home?
I think with Stiffs 2, he turns to Anjeli and I'm the one who said those things, so she might appreciate something from you before we interact again. If you understand.
I do. Thank you.
Yeah, and Stiff kind of just
Sorry,
falls back
happening.
down.
Man, sorry. Getting in my feels again as Thorn. Method acting, everybody. I'm fine.
Thorn has a lot of feelings.
Yes, lots of feelings.
Big feelings in a tiny body.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, they're just muttering all those things of forgetting, strange, uncomfortable, unnatural, and things like that. At the very least, it sounds negative, though, I think, with the insight rolls, unfortunately, can't fully discern what. But it is very
Well,
negative.
Yeah.
DM. What does the scenery look like around us? Is there anything that I could point out to distract Thorn?
It's reminding you of, like, there's these thick trees. You're kind of surrounded by, like, big, thick trees and everything. Some of them are more like normal, some are small, some are more normal tree size. Sometimes you'll see, like, a redwood sized tree. You feel like you're walking through, like, the redwood forest in a way. Like, some of these trees are enormous. To the point where, like, there's sunlight filtering down. But there's very few patches of, like, true open sunlight. It's just mostly all bits and pieces filtering through the leaves, giving you enough light to see by. There's a bit of kind of a natural, just sort of, like, natural humid forest mist going on. Very thin and just sort of wispy like normal. Some of these trees do look more kind of in the way of fall. Like, it's not necessarily that their leaves are changing color, but you're seeing, like, there's like a very thick layer of like dropped leaves that you're kind of walking in as you go, but there's still plenty of, like, cover.
Okay.
Very dense forest.
After talking with Stiff, Anjeli will look around at it. She'll then move up to where she's kind of walking next to Thorn. And she won't say her name, but she will start by saying, "These trees here, they remind me of home."
Do I have to roll to see if I'm out of my stupor?
Go ahead and give me at this point I would go ahead and give me like a perception.
Okay. You picked that one because that's my highest.
I was just like, I don't know what to save to make this.
Perception check is a 19.
Okay,
It helps when you have a plus 10.
You were still
She's-
kind of in it a little bit, but like you immediately snap out of it.
She's saying it loud enough to where she thinks Thorn will hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Thorn kind of picks her head up and looks at the trees that Anjeli is referring to. How so?
Where I come from, the forest was quite dense. You would not see the sky for miles, but then you would come upon a field and you would see so much sky. And it was in that place that I would stop and paint. And I could paint for hours.
Yeah. Maybe there's a spot like that here, though. I don't know. Just again lowers her head and just kind of shakes around. Dying happens often, right?
It does.
Okay.
But to some, dying is just another beginning.
Possibly, but if it happens often, you get used to it. Right?
I could
Otherwise-
imagine.
Otherwise, it just wouldn't make sense with why I did what I did. And now she's picking her words carefully. When before she wasn't, when she was in her stupor.
The choices we make are ours alone. And sometimes people get another chance to make a different choice and they choose the same.
It just wouldn't make sense to see that, then do what I did, just to see it again. Something else. I don't know what. I know it wasn't his fault with what they were saying, those words. Just, I don't know, it brought something back I wasn't expecting. But I know it wasn't, they didn't mean... I'll stop talking now.
Oh, you may talk as long as you like. I will listen.
I don't want to talk anymore. I just want to walk.
You know, I wish that I hadn't sold my paintings back then. But I needed the money for my family, and that was the best I could do. But then word spread about my art and myself, and it got the attention of somebody very powerful.
Like, good, powerful, or bad?
Let's say some lords did some matchmaking against my will. And I was married off. to a man I didn't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's all in the past. Because of that, I was able to make my oath. And with that oath, I escaped.
Yeah. I did. Even without knowing him, he didn't deserve you. I can tell that much.
He didn't have much choice either, but he played along with it. How unfortunate for him.
Fortunate indeed. Sorry. And we'll start wiping away the tears on her face, trying to avoid the gemstones on her cheeks, because I'm trying to avoid them because I don't want to cry them off.
That being said, that's how I learned of death.
Yeah, Webby?
Yes.
Can I make a narrative declaration?
Yeah, sure.
When me and Anjeli were having our little conversation before she met Thorn, could I slip her my handkerchief?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is totally fine. I will allow this rot grind-esque behavior. I say this because it's the only one of their campaigns I remember the name of.
So, does Anjeli have it to give to Thorn? Okay.
Yes.
Glad I picked up what you were putting down.
I got you.
So
You had
at
the good
that,
insight roll.
So at that, she does pull out the handkerchief and hand it to Thorn.
Kind of nods and looks at it. Starts before even starting to wipe it on her cheek. She casts message to Stiff because she recognizes the embroidery on it.
There's just an SJ in the corner.
There's a
Slim
couple
Jim.
sets of initials. One of them is SJ. There's RJ. There's a couple. We'll get more into it later.
There's Stiff
You're dabbing your
Jeriko, Rift Jeriko, Jiff Jeriko.
Slim Jim.
Jeremiah
Jericho.
Jericho.
The family
Jeremiah
handkerchief.
Jericho.
If you were to ask him about it, he might tell you.
Yep. But I with the passive of 25 perception and from last session, Stiff did mention the moths on the cloth, so I think she would have recognized that. So she casts a message to Stiff, saying, "Sorry I didn't take your handkerchief earlier. Thank you for caring." And then I'll try not to get it dirty, and we'll just slightly start dabbing her cheeks delicately to make sure she doesn't get it too dirty.
As you dab your eyes with it, you see that there is dirt on other corners. You pick a clean corner. He says, "No worries. Been used many a time for just the same."
Yeah, but she does dab her cheeks with it, and she looks up to Anjeli and say, "Thank you. I'm not okay, but still here. So I guess that's what matters.
Why they call it the present.
Yeah.
I learned that from an old turtle monk.
Yep. Mhm. She'll do this. She'll run very quickly to turn around and give Steph a hug. Very quickly. And
Yeah.
then
You completely surprised Stiff because he's like looking at the ground and like kicking rock.
I give him a hug. Just a nice.
My dice. Everything's fine.
Not the dice.
Yeah. He kind of ooh, and just wraps his forearms around your shoulders.
I'm sorry.
No
I
need.
know.
No.
And then when you release her, she'll give back the handkerchief. Once again, give you a kiss on your cheek, and then she will. she'll she'll quickly go up to Anjeli and give her a hug, as well.
Anjeli gives her the warmest hug back.
No, cute. And just for the sake of it, because she knows what she did, she's gonna run up to Cassandra and just give her a hug from behind.
I think she's so focused on looking ahead, but I think she heard. She's close. We're all close enough, rank-wise, walking path that I think probably she would have heard everything. I'm assuming.
But maybe not too focused on it, because focusing on other things.
Heard it, but I'm trying to make sure we don't die by something in front of us.
Exactly.
So yeah, it does take her by surprise, and I think she almost fumbles forward a little bit.
Yep.
So, like she's
she's running towards you and giving you a hug from behind, like.
Yeah, and she just kind of awkwardly puts a hand down and just pat, pat, pat.
Yep. It's like.
And says to herself, "This is why I don't like men." Based off that conversation. And with that, can I do a perception survival check as I'm walking? The whole time we've been walking, Cassandra is very much on the lookout.
Yes, you may.
Okay. Oh, that is a natural 20.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, natural 1 and then a natural 20. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Just making sure that there's nothing suspicious, monsterly, anything suspicious.
Guidance.
Guidance.
I run up behind Thorn and I'm like, and I'm here too.
Why is everybody putting their hands on me?
It's appreciation.
It's for your own good.
Anjeli's standing back going, I always ask first.
Okay.
Well, that's because you protected me, Cassandra.
That's a 28.
28, Jesus. Okay. So, okay, you're looking out for anything. You do not immediately see anything like, there's no ghosties in the woods following you or anything. You know what? Since you rolled a nat 20, go ahead and roll me a d12.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, shit.
We'll see what you see.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's a 3.
Oh, boy.
What does the 3 do?
But yeah, I think quickly Thorn would say to Cassandra, well, it's because you protected me earlier from the undead spell. I know it wouldn't have affected me, but I still appreciate that.
Of course.
Okay, we already rolled a 3. 3 was ghosts. Roll again.
Yeah.
Okay.
No more ghosts.
No more ghosts. I don't know if Thorn can handle it.
That's a 9.
9. Okay,
9.
let's check.
9.
Nine.
I feel like I think a 9 was rolled for the trolls, unless I was wrong. I could be wrong.
99.
Okay. As you guys are sort of making your way along, you find yourselves in a bit of not quite a ravine, but you're passing through kind of a low valley of sorts. There's sort of like these sort of cliff areas, like not super high up, maybe 10, 20 feet, sort of on either side of you as you're kind of passing through this area. The sky has sort of opened up above you. There's a little less tree cover here. It's a little more rocky. And as you're passing through, Cassandra, you're taking the lead, and you hear a noise kind of from off to your, which direction is that? Off to your right. Okay. Kind of past this small sort of corpse of trees.
Mm-hmm. What kind of noise?
It is sort of, it's kind of a couple of different noises. There's sort of a bit of like a kind of very quiet kind of grinding and shifting of stone, along with like the rustling of like wooden leaves. And, like just a kind of a quiet low creak of like shifting bark.
Hold.
Stiff is just like frozen, whispering, like, I hate everything about this.
Do you relay any of that to us, Cassandra?
What, like it was to the right of us, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of off ahead of you to the right a bit.
Okay.
Sort of near the wall of the cliff.
As they're walking and Cassandra hears this, she is going to kind of hold out a hand to everybody to stop behind her. And just goes, shh.
Give Cassandra a fist bump. But I stopped moving.
Is it a fist bump of guidance?
That's not what I meant.
It is now.
That's not what I meant, but
What?
Okay.
What?
No. I take your meaning.
I think I hear something up ahead. Let's keep quiet for a second. And I'm going to, Cassandra is going to use Divine Sense.
Ooh.
Okay,
So-
what does Divine Sense give you?
Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. You can use this 3 times per day. So she's gonna take like a couple steps forward and Divine Sense it.
Okay. You take a couple steps forward and push
Yeah.
out your senses, trying to sense for this whatever might be over here.
Yes, making sure it's basically she's casting basically detect good and evil.
Yeah. You sense none of those things.
Okay. Well, that's good. And taking a couple steps forward, can I hear anything? Can I tell any more what I'm hearing?
Give me a perception check.
Icky.
With guidance.
With guidance.
From the fist bump.
Okay. It's a D4, right?
Yes.
Okay. Math.
Do the math. There you go. See, now I did it.
That's
Didn't do it.
Do the math.
Do the math. That's an 18.
Math.
18. Okay, I'd say that's enough. You hear what sounds like it's pretty faint. It is not particularly loud. But you hear what sounds like a low groan. But not in like a Not in like a monstery, like kind of way. Like the sound of somebody kind of going, ugh.
Okay.
And you hear again, like just a little bit of like stone shifting very slightly.
Thorn, did you have something?
Just because I don't know if this is it, but I'm gonna try it. I think Thorn seeing Cassandra trying to perceive and everything, I think she would take off of her head and put on her face the lupine mask. So could I do a perception check at advantage using hearing or smell to see if there's anything I can pick up?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
And it's at advantage. Yeah. I think I'm going to focus on smell because we've been hearing a lot of sounds and she seems to have that taken care of. So I'll go with
Cool as fuck. This is a cool mask.
So the higher of that is a 14, so plus 10 is a 21. 24, excuse me. I can't do math. 24 perception, and I'm focusing on smell. Like, do I smell blood? Do I smell dirt? Do I smell the hair of any kind of animal or creature?
So it's interesting. You also kind of, as you slip this mask down over your face, your sight actually changes slightly. Like the colors of everything dull a little bit. Like everything goes a little more gray tone. Has Thorn spent any time as any form of canid before? In like wild shape?
I would say yes.
It is very much similar to that. Like whenever you've been like a dog or a wolf or anything, your sense of sight, at least when it comes to color, is a little more dulled. This might be Ota going off of incorrect animal facts, but hey, I've heard dogs don't see color real well.
I don't think they do either.
Blue.
It's like a bluish kind
Yellow
of
and blue, yeah.
Yellow and blue is their main
That's
primary
why
colors,
dogs
though.
like bluey.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's made with them in mind.
Yes.
I love that.
Made for the humans and the dogs.
Yeah. So I say yes, but how often? That she doesn't know because of things. DM.
So like this feels familiar. Like, oh, like something in your mind pings, oh, dog, right?
Dog wolf.
As you sort of slip this mask down over your face, but all of a sudden your hearing and especially your sense of smell is suddenly amplified. Like what was just kind of very gentle, like sort of forest noises before is now like you can hear the rustling of the trees. You can hear like this very, very faint breeze in the grass and everything. And suddenly everything smells like dirt and leaves and stone.
Oh boy.
And just a little whiff of like something a little like I'm trying to think of how to describe this. Just like the tiniest whiff of decay, like plant matter and stuff. You know, wood smells.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that audibly would make her go like, huh, like quietly, but like, huh, as she like stumbles back a little bit from having the overwhelming sense of smell and sight and hearing. Love how everyone's gone to do their own thing.
We're not interested in this. The rest of you, when she makes this noise, you hear it almost comes out like when a dog like goes like, oh, it's like startled slightly. It comes out a little dog-esque.
So cute. I love that. I really love that.
Like a puppy being startled by a mirror.
Yep.
But you also hear like this faint kind of groaning and creaking noise. You also smell, oddly enough, sap.
Like sap from a tree?
Yeah, like tree sap. Like you are like there's smells of the forest surrounding you, but they're a little distant since you're in like a more rocky area. They're not super strong, except for this smell of sap.
Sorry, I'm probably going like so much for like the listeners.
Nice. We're in Canada.
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup, oh my. But but yeah, no, I think the party would just kind of see her just be like,
What's that sap? Is that what it's called? Sap? I'm smelling sap.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
trees, the sticky stuff that comes out of trees.
Yeah, I'm smelling that.
Yeah.
It's up ahead. Wherever that noise is coming from. I'm smelling sap.
Cassandra is going to keep moving forward, but very stealthily and as quietly as she possibly can to try to get closer to whatever is making this noise. So using the trees to her advantage and kind of shifting along.
I'm gonna stealth along with her, but as I do so, I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace so that we can all stealthily go around.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, concentration up to an hour, so around 30 feet. So as long as everyone's 30 feet around me, we can all stealthily go by and all that. So if you want us to make
you
stealth
all
checks.
add a +10 to your stealth rolls if anyone is stealthing along. And everyone adds a +10.
That's a 31 for me.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay, so that's good because I rolled an 8 altogether, but a +10 is an 18.
Also got an 18.
Hey, twinning.
18.
Doing math.
Math.
Math is hard.
Math.
Doing
Well,
math.
I got advantage on stealth with my new shiny boots, but I got a 9 and a 7, so 21.
19.
Stealth.
Hey.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Yes, you all begin to creep along. Even those of you who are wearing kind of big, clattery armor, which might just be Anjeli. I don't remember what armor types the rest of you guys have. Yeah, clinking bottles and stuff. As you're making your way along, there's this sense of the sound as being deadened, almost like when it snowed and everything's just more quiet. That seems to be emanating out from Thorn, which is very nice. But you guys go ahead and creep your way along. Cassandra, you are keeping an eye on the ground. You are stepping over every twig, not making a single noise. Just a shadow amongst the cliffs. The rest of you are relatively quiet, you especially, Steph. But as you sort of I'll move you guys along a little further. Sir.
I don't know if I'm moving in the right direction that we were supposed to.
You are moving in the right direction, yes, you're fine.
Okay.
So you get about...
Cassandra just runs into a tree that's like right there.
I'll say letting you ride that.
Well, I said she was using the trees to her advantage to hide, and yeah. Shield is out and ready.
Yes. So you look over and you see an area of the cliff right here, where seemingly looking up, you can see there's part of the cliff that is sort of like broken off and tumbled down, which looking around, this is not unusual. There's several like boulders and stuff laying around where pieces of the cliff have just worn away over time due to, the elements. And you can see what looks like a more fresh one kind of laying there. It's not quite as worn. It's still kind of jagged. It's not really worn down by the elements yet, like some of the others around are. And at first you don't think much of it. You're like, oh, okay, boulder. And then you see it shift ever so slightly. It looks like it's almost landed on top of like a tree that was against the cliff. And then you see it shift ever so slightly, and you see the tree shift. And then you notice something. As you kind of peer closer, and you realize what you're looking at isn't a tree. I will put it in the chat.
Oh, Jesus.
What is it?
And I will also put them on the map.
Oh.
They're so
Hello.
cool.
Hello, tree man. Druidic god of the forest.
What seems to
Douglas.
be... It's not quite Douglas, but it is Douglas-esque.
I miss Douglas.
You might find him in here, you don't know. But you you see now is kind of like the tree shifts. For a moment, you think it's just like shifting underneath this boulder, like it's broken and leaning. But then you realize there's like actual directed movement to it, and as it sort of tips, you see a pair of eyes and a kind of the vague form of a face peek out from behind the boulder, not looking at you. You just sort of see it like shift into position. And what you see seems to be some sort of tree-esque creature. There's moss hanging down over it and a number of leaves kind of sprouting over it out of the head, like kind of a head of hair and a big beard. There's a pair of kind of antlers that are sticking out the top that look like they're sort of, to use an odd phrase, they're sort of killywonker, where like they're at different positions on the head, and you get the feeling that like these are not necessarily intentionally part of it. It may be picked up like shed ear, like elk antlers, and just kind of shoved them in for decoration. Moss and colorful mushrooms and flowers growing all over it. Who seems to be trapped underneath this boulder.
Oh.
Okay.
That would make Thorn sad.
I will say with other people's perception checks, especially yours, Thorn, if you move further ahead, so you're sort of next to Cassandra, you would also be able to see this.
Thorn would probably do so, seeing Cassandra kind of like stop and stare and be like, "What is it?" And we'll gently go around and we'll see the tree like creature and notice it's stuck. Do I see any injuries on it? Like any places where sap could be like bleeding out or things like that? I know that sounds a little graphic, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I would say both of you roll me a nature check, and then Thorn also roll me a medicine check.
Okay. So nature and medicine. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Nope.
Cassandra, you don't really know what this is.
Yeah.
Stiff doesn't see anything yet, but just like, what's going on?
All right, so
6 for me.
okay, so I have a question. With my lupine mask on, it says advantage on wisdom checks relying on hearing and smell. I know that medicine isn't perception, but could I use the advantage on medicine because it is a wisdom check?
I would allow that, yeah.
Okay, so first
Sniff
is
out
nature.
the injuries.
Sniff out the injuries. So first is nature, which is a 17 for nature.
This little
is that right?
Begging for attention.
17 for nature, and then gonna roll this one. And that would be a 22 for medicine at advantage. The first time I rolled the medicine was a natural 3. I'm like, nope, good thing I got the advantage.
You would recognize this Thorn as an ent.
Ent?
And an ent, which is a plant type creature. It is a tree folk, basically.
Okay.
Not quite the same thing as like a dryad, which a dryad would be like the spirit of a tree. This is just a sentient tree.
Got it.
Slightly different from an awakened tree. There's a lot of weird specificities when it comes to plant folk. It's a tree man. All the snacks.
Yep.
Medicine-wise, though, you would see that as you kind of hone in on this sap smell, you would see that like seemingly his legs are kind of crushed under the boulder a little bit. It's like pinning him kind of at the hips into place, like the hips and abdomen into place against this wall. Presumably he either was like sitting down when this fell or like got knocked down by it and is now like kind of stuck in a sitting position against the wall. You can see that there's sort of one of the legs. Doesn't necessarily look broken. It's not like it's broken off and like laying on the ground, but you can see that where one of the kind of like calf areas of one of his big tree trunk legs is sticking out from under the boulder. It's kind of like cracked open, like there's kind of a big gouge in it, with like some sap flowing out.
Aww.
It's not like a rush of it, it's just sort of like a slow trickle.
I know, it still makes her feel bad though. Yeah, I think after seeing...
It seems decently minor. This is more like it's a flesh wound kind of situation.
It's a flesh wound kind of situation.
But he is stuck under a boulder that he's obviously straining to try and get off of him and not seemingly having much luck.
Yeah, I think Thorn would look to Cassandra. Not really say anything, but just kind of give her a knowing look. And then Thorn is going to slowly approach the tree folk creature.
Cassandra will walk with her behind her.
Where are we going?
Shh.
Diff are like both like peeking around the corner.
just like getting so far.
Don't be too loud. Just keep your voices down.
Sorry.
And Thorn approaches the tree folk creature. She'll voluntarily be like the first one in front of the line and just kind of look up at the tree folk to see if they do or notice anything first before she does anything. Still with the mask on her face. Okay. Thorn cares for a lot of things. I know where Cassandra's mind is going of being like, big thing that can calm me.
No, that's actually not where her mind is at. She's
okay,
not,
good.
No, it's not a dragon. It's a tree.
It's a tree. It is big,
but it's a tree.
It's a tree. Okay.
For context, I needed to consult Core on this character's voice. As you sort of walk up next to this end, he's kind of pushing on the boulder, and it like shifts like a tiny bit, but he obviously like from the position he's sitting in, he can't get enough leverage. There's a cat standing on my lap. He can't get enough leverage to like actually push it off of himself. So he like strains for a sec and then kind of like lets go of it and sort of like back against the wall. And he kind of breathes for a sec, and then he opens his eyes and looks over to see a fairy. Don't climb on the desk. A fairy
in a wolf mask.
I'm just gonna hold him. A fairy in a wolf mask just standing next to him, and he goes, "Oh, well, hey there. I didn't see you coming, friend."
She lifts the wolf mask to reveal her face.
I don't know if you can hear this, but
yep, she's purring. The cat's purring.
Aww.
This is Griff.
Hi, Griff.
Griffin.
Griffin, that's
the
cute.
Grumpy boy who decided to climb into my lap in the middle of the session because I wasn't giving him attention.
It's an air jail.
Yeah, but I think Thorn would lift the mask off her face and put it on top of her head. I mean, Thorn hasn't had her wings out in a while, so they would see that it looks a very small creature, but then I think just because she's risking it, she puts the mask on top of her head, and then her wings poke out from her back, and so she flies up, so that way she's like face level with this tree creature.
Yeah, even sitting down, he's quite tall.
Yes,
and he kind of watches you drift up, and he's like, "Oh, a little fairy friend. Hello, I don't believe we met before."
Yeah, no. Hi. You seem to be stuck. Would you like some help?
Oh, that would be great, friend. Yeah, I do seem to have found myself in a bit of a predicament, wouldn't you say?
Cassandra, yes.
Can I, after hearing this, how big is this boulder? Like, how big are we talking? Like, is it a boulder? Is it a rock? Like,
it's a rock.
This isn't like a rock I would have in my garden. It is a boulder. I would say it's maybe 3-4 feet tall. It's not like massive. It's not like Indiana Jones boulder, like ball rolling down the hallway sized. But
I guess my question is, do I think that I could lift it?
That would depend on how you roll, but possibly.
I have something to help if need be. I have something.
Go for it.
Give me a second. Cassandra, you might want to step back a little. I just don't want you to get caught in the magic too. And she's gonna cast Reduce on the boulder So it shrinks down to size, so then it's much easier to move.
Oh, you're casting Reduce on the boulder?
Yeah, so it gets smaller. So that way it's easier for Cassandra to move if need be.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. So she casts that magic. It kind of flows out of her. Again, the vines on her chest, collarbone, neck, face, and hands and arms glow as this kind of lighter green golden magic hits the rock, and it reduces to size, so that way it's not as much pressure on the Ent's leg, and then also Cassandra can move more of it out of the way because she's strong. She's strong and buff. Very strong.
Like strong like bear.
Strong like bear. I was about to say strong like bull, but...
Like, oh.
So is that strong like bull?
Yeah, strong like bull.
Strong like bull.
Mm-hmm. But yes, that's what Thorn does to make it a little bit easier to get that boulder off of his leg. Or its leg. I don't know if they go by certain pronouns.
It's his. And he looks at it and he's just like, oh, well. Oh, yeah, that'll certainly help.
And then...
Mom help giving me a little nudge here. Is that I can't get much leverage from this position, unfortunately. A little bit embarrassed about it, honestly.
Cassandra's gonna step up and try to lift the boulder off of him.
Okay, go ahead. He is also pushing from his end now that it's a lot lighter. So go ahead and give me an athletics check at advantage.
Hey! I cast guidance on Cassandra.
Okay. Stiff from the back goes, you got this!
Kodak?
Huh?
Where? What are you doing here?
Where did that alligator come from?
There's a lizard!
Crocodile.
Sorry.
Axolotl. A lizard!
Math.
Ragged,
There's a
not
big lizard.
I don't do that tongue thing.
Sorry, yes.
Favorite movie.
It's such a great movie.
That is a 25.
Hey.
25. Yeah, you managed to. It takes a second because you kind of gotta get your grip.
Yeah, she walks up and does the,
you kind of grab it and you gotta adjust a little bit, and then you very, very artfully kind of
and are like tense, and her veins are almost popping out a little bit as she manages to push it off.
Yeah, you don't just manage to push it off, you manage to fully lift this thing above your head and like chuck it.
Hey, that's hot. That's hot.
Hey.
I'm demisexual and heteromantic, but hey, that's hot.
Man.
Anjeli is
to be
watching.
a boulder.
To be a boulder.
God, I wish I was that boulder.
Another
right
quote.
now.
Okay, someone write that down as a quote. We gotta have a quote. We gotta put it in the quotes channel.
I got the quote list on my phone.
Okay, put it in the channel, please. Put it in the quotes channel. Oh, to be a boulder.
I have a growing list of merch ideas quotes.
Yes. Okay, cool. Progressing forward.
Yeah, and Anjeli is watching, just like.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And she'll throw it over and then look back. Is he free, or is there more rocks to move?
He seems to be free now. It seemed like it was like this. Anything that's kind of broken off is minor and kind of just get pushed out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she'll move forward and push the other rocks out of the way. And all right, you should be good to go now.
High five, Anjeli.
Yay!
Yeah, and then really quickly, Thorn would also cast Cure Wounds on said creature.
Okay.
So that way to heal the leg where the sap is being blah. So that's 1d8 plus 2. So let me do that real quick, even though it's not going to matter too much. But that would be, it's only 5, but because it's first level. First level. So I think it's 5 points of healing. And my goal is to try and at least mend the leg. So that way the wound is like kind of closed. And that way there's nothing flowing out of it anymore.
Yeah, you cast Cure Wounds on him, and he kind of, it says like, he sort of is in the process of standing up, and as he kind of gets his legs under him, you cast Cure Wounds, and you watch as, like, new bark, like new kind of plant, inner sort of heartwood of the leg. Like, you see that it wasn't like the full leg that cracked, it was seemingly like the several layers of bark at the top. So it didn't seem to have gotten like fully down in there. Oh, he wants to get down. Okay.
Bye.
I felt the purring change pattern for a second. I was like, uh-oh.
Oh no.
He would like to go. But you heal him, and you watch as like kind of the upper bark of the leg starts to kind of stretch across as like the kind of green new bark, like very fresh, begins to sort of knit the crack back together, and it leaves what's like kind of like a knot, like like a mark in the leg basically, but like normal tree stuff. And he kind of like looks down at it, sort of twists back and forth, puts his weight on, and is like, "Oh yeah, that feels way better. Thanks for that, hun. That was very nice of you."
Yeah, of course. Are you able to walk?
Oh yeah, I think I should be just fine now, with you after y'all's help.
Yeah, good. My name's Thorn, and extends out a hand.
Well, howdy, Thorn. It's a pleasure to meet you. The name's Treebeard, and he will reach out and in your tiny fairy hand, this massive mitt of an ent hand wraps around it, like basically encases your whole forearm and just kind of shakes, like slowly shakes up and down, but it like physically kind of you through the air a little bit.
Ooh. Oh wow, that's a feeling I've never had before. Good thing I was flying.
Yeah, you move kind of like a flag for a second. You're like, oh.
Well, she won't need a chiropractor after this.
It's actually funny you say that. I'm thinking about taking some TBC to help with my muscles because my shoulders are just killing me today, and I don't know why. So,
well, it's a good thing Treebeard's here. He's high all the time.
Hey, my man.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just like okay. Ooh. Well, I'm glad that you're okay now. Did that happen randomly, or were you put there for some reason?
Oh no, this was an accident. I was just wandering through the area on my way back home, and I got a little too close to the cliffs. Boulders fall around here sometimes. Just the natural world at work, and I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay.
But I'm feeling fit as a fiddle now, so I should be just fine, I think.
Good. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to pry further, but do you know anything regarding a fungi or
poison,
mold or poison that's affecting some of the plant life? It's affecting, I think, here as also elsewhere where we're from.
Oh, it has been a little weird around here lately.
Yeah.
And the water's not quite as clear. Sun ain't shining quite as nice.
It's kind of like gray, icky stuff.
Yeah.
Gray clumps.
I have noticed that. I'm not real sure what's causing it, but closer to that part of the forest you get, the thinner out it gets. So if I had to make a guess, you're probably closer to my place. It's a little thicker and gunkier. I was taking a stroll out this way to enjoy some fresh air, actually. So if you want to find what's causing it, I'm not sure what it is, but head deeper in and that might put you on the right track. And he kind of gestures vaguely off kind of in a direction further down the valley.
Okay, well, I mean, that's helpful since that's what we're trying to find. Yeah, there's also this I don't know if it's still the same thing, but this fungi that like took control of 2 dead trolls, and I just don't want to make sure that you get taken over, unless you gotta be dead first to do that. And I'm not making sense. I'll be quiet now. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine, sunshine. Yeah, sometimes stuff like that happens around here. Things are a little weird and wild here in the forest, but I don't know if I've seen that stuff take over something big as a troll, you say?
Giant.
Sorry, Sunshine caught me off guard. I don't think Thorn's ever been called Sunshine before.
Well, ain't that a shame?
Okay, now Thorn's starting to blush a little bit. Okay. But as we were talking about, yeah, a troll, 2 actually, playing at a chessboard. Though they weren't alive. So
I will say they were giants, but
Giants, sorry.
Troll is fine.
Sorry, I meant giant. She's flustered after the tree folk said sunshine. That flustered Thorn a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes some of the fungi around here can be a little weird sometimes. Well, a lot of stuff around here can be a little weird sometimes. It's not the first time I've seen something like that, although usually it's just, some animal. I've seen it affect people a few times, I think, but I don't think I've ever heard of a giant or a troll or whatever you said that happening, so that's interesting. But there's a lot of weird stuff here in the forest, so that's sort of par for the course.
Yeah, we noticed. Can Thorn make some kind of insight check on the street folk? Just because, seem to be giving a lot of details of information, but I don't know. She feels something is a little off, but...
Guidance. You can go ahead and give an insight.
Guidance.
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 Take some guidance.
While we roll that up, props to Core for being the inspiration for this character with a character she has called Nettlebeard, who's also just Matthew McConaughey, but a tree.
Yeah.
So, this sounds so wrong for Thorn, but that is the dirtiest of 20s.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Are you trying to tell? What are you trying to get off of this tree man?
I'm trying to tell if at any point he's either lying or he seems to be in some sort of daze or phase where he thinks everything is okay when it actually isn't, something maybe tampered with his memory or mind.
He doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay. But
he does seem in a little bit of a daze, but you get the feeling that's just him.
Okay. So he's naturally high. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
He's a stoner tree.
Speaking my language.
You realize he's there's a lot of different tree types you're seeing in there, but the whole head portion is just hemp.
Yeah.
There's hemp plants in there somewhere.
I had to be sure. I wanted to be sure. I love how Anjeli is just still all the way back here. Just
Anjeli's all right.
Is it fine? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, guys.
Come out now.
It's okay.
She was still looking at Cassandra, and then as soon as they beckon her over, she goes, "What?" and just falls over.
Oh, Anjeli.
Oh, hey there.
Thorn would go over to her and help her stand up to her feet.
She just dusts herself off, and she's like, "Oh, sorry."
No, you're fine.
Hello.
Well, hey there, miss.
This is Treebeard.
Anjeli, nice to meet you.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, too. So what are you folks doing out this way? I don't think I've seen you around before.
Like I said, yeah, very much so, Sif. Like I said, we're trying to find the source of all this poison and gray matter stuff. It's affecting where we're from, and we heard that the source comes from here, so we're trying to figure that out.
I see. Well, that's a right shame. Wait, like I said, I don't know much about what's causing that. I thought maybe there was a forest fire or something at first, but I haven't seen no flames or anything, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. At least none of the ones I'm not used to. But if there's, it does seem like it's coming from that direction. If there's a way that helps.
And we see where he's pointing.
That away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very helpful. Oh, wait, yeah, I almost forgot. I know I keep bothering you with questions.
Oh, that's no problem at all.
We've heard about a mist or a fog. Do you know where that is so we could avoid that? We heard bad things about it. And
oh, well, I don't know if there's a lot of fog and mist here in the forest. Especially once you start getting towards the swamp areas, which, well, unfortunately are kind of big ring areas, so it's gonna be a little hard to get around it. But if well, I don't know if this will help, but and he will reach up kind of into his big bush of a hair and
the beard
rustles around a little bit. The antlers kind of clatter a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll pull his hand back out and kind of like slowly hold a bag out to you. It's not much, but it's a thank you for helping me out.
I take the bag because I fly up.
It's not a bag. You're just holding his. Oh, are you just holding out the bag?
Yeah, I was gonna go take the bag from him, and then
he's just holding out his like a fist.
Oh, gotcha, holding out a fist. All right, so I wait for him to open his fist to see what it is that he's holding.
Okay. He will. He was kind of like miming, like dropping it in your hand, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, you're good. He opens his hand, and you see that there is what seems to be what looks like 4 acorns. Like sort of these large, very, very delicious, very like ripe looking acorns. Although as you lean into them, they smell a little bit like hemp. But also he just kind of smells a little bit like hemp in general.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, they're not much, but if you need a little bit of extra oomph when it comes to your defense, it might help out a little bit.
Okay. Thank you. We appreciate that. And she'll
hand them to you.
Yep. She takes them and she'll examine them and put them in her basket. And you're welcome to share me what exactly that is so I can put it in my inventory.
So this is 1 sec. I gotta remember what they do. These are ent acorns.
Okay.
They are not like a specific item. They're just something I made up.
Nice.
These are ent corns. Each one, when you eat it, you can eat it as a bonus action. And once you eat it, it grants you bark skin for 8 hours.
Yo, that's huge.
Sick.
That's cool. Oh, that's cool. That is so cool.
Sorry, I muted myself. No, that is very, very helpful. I'm like, yeah, that might be very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, of course.
Yeah, she's gonna put it in her basket, but she's also gonna put that's in her basket, the bag of holding that she has, and put it in there. So the bag of holding is inside of her basket for the you get it. Yeah, you get reasons why.
He goes, well, I hope they're able to help you out. when it comes to that mist of yours, I'm not real sure how to get around it. I usually just, walk right through. It's not much of a problem unless I, bump into something because it gets real thick. But I've seen them kind of drift wherever the winds are leading them, so I don't know, maybe that'll help?
So, is there any specific description of what this mist looks like that he can provide us, so that way we can know to avoid it if we start seeing it, or?
He does not know. He's just familiar with it's a misty forest.
Okay.
Once you get towards the more marshy parts of the forest, it turns into a bit of a bayou mist, but
bayou mist. Okay,
other than that, he's kind of I don't know. Mist is mist, I guess.
Mist is mist, I guess. All right.
You seen one fog, you seen them all.
Okay. Cool. I just want to double check to be sure. All right. Yeah, cool. If anybody else has anything else to say or ask. And I turn to my group below me as I'm flying above my wings.
It's the late afternoon, correct? Or
Yes.
moving into evening?
Yeah, it's still later afternoon. I'd say it's probably if it was when you ran into the ghosts, if it was noon, it's probably 3 now.
Okay. Stiff is taking in all the information and thinking about finding somewhere to set up camp pretty soon before we head into this massive, possibly dangerous forest.
Yeah.
And it's just looking around for large limbs that have fallen for firewood. Just to stick in his bag. Oh, we still have some daylight.
Oh, if you need some branches, I can help with that. And he just kind of whoa, 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 shakes, kind of shakes and shimmies. And you see just a bunch of sticks fall off of him, just loose sticks.
They start falling and you have to start catching them one of those kid games of I catch this one,
Yeah.
I catch this one.
Oh god. Stiff holds up his shield until everything's done raining down. Clink, 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 clink,
Clang, 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 clang. It's
Perfect.
yeah, that'll be helpful.
And I think he ties up all these sticks on his shield and then is dragging his shield with a piece of rope behind him, like a sled.
Nice. I like that. Yeah,
You
cool.
are easily able to do so.
Really quick, and then she reaches into her basket and she pulls out a heart to give to Treebeard.
What's this? He'll take this itty bitty heart in his big tree hands.
Just think. That's literally what it is. Just yeah.
Just pinches it between 2 twigs.
It's got a message of
so carefully.
positivity in it.
He being very, very careful not to
Rip it.
tear it. Just like somebody, a surgeon, is unfolding this note.
Oh, this is a really cute one. Treat yourself like you never want to lose her/him/them.
Treat.
It's treat. But that's the message in that one.
Oh, well, ain't that lovely? Well, thanks so much. And he will take it and shove it in his head branches to store it.
Yeah.
Into the big tree hair it goes.
Yay! I'm part of the collection now. Or my heart is part of the collection now.
Well, you're part of the stash now.
Apparently.
Woo! Or he shoves it in the beard. He's been reaching in the beard to get stuff. He kind of looks up at the sky and he's like, "Well, I better getting on back home. I've been gone quite a while."
Yeah,
Were you
that
stuck
makes
under there,
sense.
friend?
What was that?
How long were you stuck under that rock?
Oh, like a few days.
Gosh, that's terrible.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
yeah, I guess it'd be days for people like you. I don't notice much. I'm a tree, so.
Sorry.
Whew.
All
I
right,
was
friend.
mostly just taking a nap, but I didn't want all my groceries back home to go bad, so I thought I should probably get out of here.
That's probably wise.
This accent is slowly morphing into something else.
Well,
Oda's getting sleepy.
Sound
very,
like it
very
is.
you better get on before you become hardwood. Let's go.
Have a wonderful day, all of you. If you ever
Sarah.
come by the house, I'll treat you to a great gumbo. And he will do 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 just like wander off.
Little
little whistling to himself, just a little skipping his step, just
skipping the step, it'd be like a kapong, kapong, kapong. So like, it was like, if for those on the ground, it'd be like, what?
little swing.
Hold on to your hats.
I'm flying,
Real
so I don't
easygoing guy,
experience
you can
this. So
tell.
I'm like, bye, Mr. Treebeard. Bye.
Oh gosh.
He was nice.
Yeah.
You guys okay down there? After you guys were like,
I wasn't expecting that, but okay.
I still got my hat.
I'm alive, so.
Well, that was the first time I've ever talked to a tree. That was nice.
yeah, an ent, I think is what they're called. Ent, E-N-T.
Ent.
Tree
Never met
folk.
one of those before.
Well, first time for everything.
Shall we onwards? Maybe find a place eventually to camp?
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds like a good idea.
So glad you guys rolled Treebeard. I'm like, he's what we need right now.
Yes.
It worked really well, yeah.
Wholesome high content.
Yes.
Wholesome high content.
High content.
Hi, content. Premium.
My goodness, like Patreon.
Yeah, I had to
premium.
pause when I was like, give me 1 sec, and I muted. It was me leaning around the monitor to go, hey Core, can you give me a taste of Nettlebeard real quick? So I can get the accent going.
Heck yeah.
It sounds a lot like the Golden Retriever Dragon, who I can't remember his name right now. Emo, thank you. A little bit.
Emo's a little more energetic. He's still pretty southern because it's the only accent I can do. But
that's what it was, the southern. But definitely Treebeard is more slower in their speed.
He's just me trying to do a bad Matthew McConaughey impression.
Treebeard is from the Low Country.
All right.
all right.
But yeah, no, agreed, Anjeli. Find a place to camp.
Just keep on living, man. Livin.
Oh no, not that audio.
Uh-oh.
God.
And we walk.
Okay, I would say I'll change a few things up because this does make more sense. Okay, so I will say it's actually later in the afternoon. You're continuing on your way, and it begins to drop closer and closer to evening as you're traveling. Like the sun is starting to set. It's starting to get darker beneath these trees, and you begin searching for some place to camp for the night. 1 second. Gonna roll a d4.
Uh-oh.
Do we know who hasn't rolled for a result yet? I don't recall who has rolled for a result.
I think I've rolled once. I don't know if I've rolled.
You rolled once. Cassandra's rolled once.
Yep.
So it's either Anjeli or Webby hasn't rolled, and I don't recall who.
Have not.
Okay, Webby, go ahead and roll me a d4.
A D4. Oh, which one do I trust? It's none.
Answer is none.
That's a 4.
Nice.
Ooh,
Maybe.
fun.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Okay. As it is like the sun is kind of just, it's still on the horizon, like it's passed right below the edge of the horizon. So it's still, there's light, but not gonna be light for probably much longer. It is very much like the evening shadows are beginning to stretch in. Dusk has come. As it does, you're becoming more and more aware of kind of like the crack of branches off in the distance and like the wisping of the wind and everything. It starts to get a little spooky in here.
My kind of night.
Sorry.
Yes, and
It's fine.
everyone give me a perception check real quick.
Oh,
You're
God.
You're trying to find like a good place to camp. You're like, it's being very much being thick forest and everything. And you're like, you're starting to debate like, oh, should we just like sleep in the hollow of a tree or like, what do we do?
25!
17.
17?
Sorry. I got excited because I keep rolling my passive perception.
17?
7.
7.
A 7.
I'm rolling real bad, so there goes that die.
Stiff. You're concentrating on carrying your sticks
I
Webby
am.
just
and
yeets
not
the
tripping while
dice over
carrying
their
the
shoulder.
sticks. Huh?
Webby just yeets the dice over their shoulder. That's another one gone.
Get out of here.
And another.
Damn it.
To the corner with
and another
you.
one, and another one.
You go sit in the corner until you understand
floor
what
jail.
you've done.
Floor jail.
Floor jail.
Just wait until.
cold.
Was that a D4 you threw?
No, it was my D20.
Okay,
Sorry.
good. I was about to say, please be careful not to step on that later. So, Thorn, which is maybe appropriate, you notice this first. Followed quickly by Anjeli and Cassandra. You two are kind of walking side by side, maybe like conversing quietly. And you kind of bump, like Thorn, you pause when you see this, and you two kind of bump into her. Thorn, what you guys 3 see, Stiff, you're a little distracted.
We just hear Stiff Shield just dragging on the ground, just
in the background.
just sweating profusely.
Yes, what you see is a clearing nearby, kind of ahead of you. Around which the very edge of this clearing, and it's kind of what makes you notice it initially. Let me put us on the right map real quick. As I finish talking, this map, where is it?
Quick question. How long has it been travel-wise? A few hours?
I'd say, yeah, a few hours.
Okay, then Pass Without a Trace is gone now. Sorry, guys.
Yes. That's fine.
Had to be care.
Okay, other PCs from years past get into the GM layer. I banished
Scrape,
it.
scrape, and then there's clank, 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 clank.
Clank, 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 clank.
Clank, armor.
Clank, 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 clank.
But
Yeah.
you see a clearing, but what clues you in that it's a clearing, because it's like quite a ways ahead of you and sort of off to the side, is a bit of glow right around the edge of it. And what you see is actually what seems to be a line of mushrooms. Small, kind of like, sort of like cute mushrooms in a way. Like the ones with the big top and like the thick stem. Some of them are like little bundles. They're all this sort of pearly white color, like almost pearlescent. I'll put you on the right map. And as you draw closer, you see that they're forming a ring around the outer edge of this clearing, within which you had begun to notice that the grass around you wasn't looking like terribly healthy, like what grass you ran into amongst these trees. But once you hit this clearing, it is like the grass really is greener on the other side in a way. It's very thick and lush. Like the trees that are kind of peeking into the edge of this clearing seem healthier. But you see that this clearing like just looks very lush and healthy. And in the center of it, as I go to my notes, As you get closer to these mushrooms, you notice that, like, while they're this very pretty pearlescent white, they do have, like, spots on them, which are kind of glowing these, like, iridescent colors. And as you watch, they kind of, like, color shift. Like, it's like this slow shift through like the color gradient, and then kind of wraps back around. Like one of those, like, color-changing lamps. And at the very center of this clearing, you see a large rock that is kind of flanked by two smaller rocks, with these sort of runes carved into them. What languages does everybody know?
I know Common, Celestial, and Infernal.
Okay.
Common, Elvish, and Draconic.
Okay.
I'm looking.
I know Celestial, Common, Druidic, and Elvish.
Not Sylvan?
Where?
No,
Is that
I didn't pick
weird.
Sylvan.
Celestial and
Cool.
Common?
Okay, none of you read what these say. None of you know what these say. I was expecting one person to definitely know, and that is not the case.
So yeah, no, I didn't pick Sylvan, even though I'm a fairy. I'm like,
I thought
nope.
you got that as a fairy naturally.
I don't think so, unless I'm should. Should I? I don't know.
I'm gonna say yes, because you're a fairy.
Okay, all right, then I'll add it on to my thing, because apparently I'm supposed to. Okay, I'll add it. I'll add it in.
Even if you're not supposed to by, like, book rules, I'm gonna say yes, because you're a fairy. You are the definition of a sylvan creature.
Okay, fine.
When you look next to the word like sylvan in the book, there is just a diagram of your cousin. Like,
okay. Okay.
I love that.
Okay, I have it added in. Yes, I do speak Celestial, Common, Druidic, Elvish, and Sylvan.
good.
Hey.
That memory was locked away. It suddenly reappears.
I know. That. I would love it to. I would love it to be if we're approaching and I see the runes that, like, there's a little bit of light that comes, like, behind, like, Thorn's eyes as her eyes widen and looks at it, and it's just like, what? And starts to analyze it, and then memory starts coming back regarding this language. Though I do think I have to make some sort of save because it is a memory that I am remembering.
I will say make a wisdom save.
Sure. My highest one. I wonder why you picked it. That'd be a 25 wisdom saving throw.
25. You do feel like a memory surface in your mind for a moment. You remember, and it's like, it's very blurry around the edges. Like, it's very faded with time. There's an almost sepia quality to it of, like, a better time, almost a childhood time, if one could say.
Mm-hmm.
When that sort of time of your life when everything is a little brighter and warmer and golden. And you were seated at, like, a small table, kind of like a wooden table, on a comfy little stool, and there is a big book sort of full of colorful pictures, a children's book open in front of you. And you see that there is sort of a picture of a unicorn there. And a hand kind of reaches in from above the book, kind of pointing to individual letters in the sort of from across the other side of the table, kind of reaches in from out of your view, and is pointing kind of individually to the different letters in one of the words as you're trying to figure out what it says. And you hear, like, sort of a warm voice, almost a little faded, go, see here, Thorn? It says unicorn. So, okay, can you spell unicorn for me?
I love this.
Of this, obviously, for a moment, like, it looks sylvan, it looks common to you, but then you watch as your memory kind of writes itself after a moment, and you realize they're sylvan letters, actually. And you sort of How do you react to this voice, I should ask?
I'm gonna start crying again. Shit.
Happy tears this time. Happy
Yeah,
tears.
exactly. I don't know if I'm gonna physically be able to cry because I've already cried a lot, but I do think that with that memory coming back as she's looking at the runes, there are tears that start like developing in her eyes as she's just staring.
What to say? How do you react to the question in the memory?
Oh, was Baby Thorn?
Yeah, Baby Thorn. What is Baby Thorn's response?
Need to get higher. Okay. I gotta get to June up here. Way up here. June voice. Okay. Unicorn? Is that right?
That's so excellent. Yes, baby. That's just it. And you, in this memory, your face sort of tilts up. You immediately feel this sort of swell of warmth and pride in your chest. Like, yeah, I spelled it right. Isn't that great? And you look up, and just as you are, another word sort of forms in your mind as you look across the table, up sort of the torso of this person leaning across the other side of the table, and right as you begin to like reach the halfway point on their face, you start to flash back to reality on the word, "Isn't that great, Mom?"